The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Call yourselves Title Town? Are you kidding me?
That's fraud.
It feels like a gray area.
Spoiler alert, Canada. Cup's coming back to the US of A.
There's way too much negative stigma attached to strippers.
I hate you guys so much.
My dog just shit his ass.
What is going on, everybody? It is Tuesday night. That means it is time for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. I'm getting this out there right from the jump, guys. This weekend was not very good to me athletically. One of my I suffered a big loss this weekend, okay? And I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm owning up. It was a horrible loss. It was really bad. But next year in the Pinewood Derby, me and Jude are coming back stronger than ever. All right, baby, we're making those finals next year. And nothing else happened in the sports world at all, ever. Nothing else happened. Scott, how you doing, man?
We are back! Baseball, baby. Nothing else happened. It's just baseball from here on out. I'm good.
Are you feeling like me? Because I'm feeling extra ready for the season after the World Baseball Classic. Like, I have nothing to look forward to this baseball season, but I'm so amped just because of the World Baseball Classic.
Oh, well, I'm a little bit more extra than you. You know me. I'm as amped as I was when pitchers and catchers reported. Like, it just amps all the way up. So World Baseball Classic or not, once those gloves start popping, I'm all the way in. So let's make these games count. God damn it. Let's go.
Once those gloves start popping. Fantastic. Caesar is here. Caesar, how you doing, man?
I just hear from my boy Lamar. Oh, Texas fucking sucks. Ha ha ha. I mean, I can take shit from Robert. He didn't go to fucking Xavier. Oh, this motherfucker.
I thought y'all were boys. I thought you were.
No, he is my boy, but how are you gonna talk shit to me when Texas has been more relevant than Xavier the past fucking 5 years?
Matt Barr saying, I sure would hate to be a Texas fan ever.
Oh, I mean, that's fine. They talk crazy on Texas because we're Texas. I mean, go for it. Hate all you want. Still Texas.
How are you
rent-free,
man? How are you feeling after that Elite Eight game?
That collapse. So, had you told me like before the game, like, oh hey, Texas is gonna lose by like what 7 or 8, I'd be like, oh, okay, like cool, we made it to Elite Eight, we lost, but not blowing a fucking 13-point lead. That's ridiculous. But hey, RT's my guy. I believe in the team. Caleb Love, come down to Austin. The guy from Rice, come down to Austin. We'll come up to Austin. We'll be good. We'll be great. We'll be right back next year.
Guy from Rice. I'm sure if he's listening, he's like, "Oh, that's me. I am."
Yeah, bro.
And now I'm known as that guy from Rice. All right.
I'm the guy from Rice he was talking
Yeah,
about.
the transfer portal. He's going crazy. He went crazy last year. He cooked us for like 21. So I hope he can cook everyone else for 21.
Mookie is saying, why won't we let him on camera? He's not on camera. I can't put him into this. He's
literally looking at devices not connected.
He can put himself on camera. He's just not in the stream. So Mookie will be here at some point.
When he figures out technology, apparently.
Caesar, Jared.
Yeah, this person I could take shit from. Like, that's cool. like, wait, he didn't go to Miami though, right? He's a T-shirt fan?
Yeah.
Oh, then fuck
nothing
you
wrong
too,
with that. Though. Look, there's nothing wrong with the T-shirt.
Half of Texas's fans are T-shirt fans, so jump aboard. I say half because the other half couldn't get into the school like I did. But I mean, jump on the bandwagon. We love you guys.
Dude, we live in Ohio State. Like, people can get into Ohio State just by like breathing air, and there's still people.
That's what I heard.
Who never even apply, who are like diehard Ohio State. Is like, oh, did you go there? Nah, man, lived in Ohio my whole life. Went somewhere else. But look. I also don't blame people for not going to Ohio State because it's still expensive as fuck compared to, yeah, I mean, even for a state school, like if you can go, there's no reason to pay a whole bunch of money for college. They're really fucking ain't. Don't be dumb, kids. Don't go to Xavier. It's a racket. It's a racket.
Craft Brewed Sports. Don't go to school, kids. It's a racket.
No, I mean, I love my alma mater, but it is the whole college system, man, is such a racket, dude. Like, God, I wish I would have been. The shittiest part about every day is I know that there's no time machine in the future because my future self would have for sure come back by now and been like, don't do this list of shit. And top of it would have been pay money to go to Xavier. Fucking A, man.
Oh man. All right. Listen, we got an awesome show for you guys tonight. We got some baseball to talk, obviously with it being opening week. We're going to talk some football.
Oh,
God,
my
here
fucking
comes
boy. My fucking boy. Yes, sir.
Are you wearing green? Are you wearing a green hoodie?
No, it's kidding. All off. He's got the wrong mic. He doesn't even have his microphone set up, but he has to come in and jack up the whole flow of the show.
I didn't realize it was going to cut through and pull me into the middle. Like
It does it every time. Are you new
Is
here?
your face green?
Clearly.
Is your face green because you're chroma keying out on your face?
Dude, I don't know. I was just on Zoom for like an hour and a half and I had no problem. So go figure. Oh, that's why. Because
It's the wrong camera.
It's because it's
camera.
It's Grandpa over here trying to lean. Why don't you lean into the camera?
Hold on. You want to talk about Grandpa? I just got off a conversation where people are worried about figuring out how to help people pay their fucking HOA dues because they can't figure out the internet. And I'm like, man, I'm really sorry, but like that shit don't fly with the government. Why are we letting people off? Like, come the fuck out.
+1 rat bar in the chat.
In Dahmer's apartment.
Matt said he looks like he's in Dahmer's apartment. He also sounds like he's in Dahmer's apartment because he still won't turn his microphone on.
What the fuck, dude? It's on. I changed the thing.
Jared said he looks like a 90s video game cutscene.
Are we already starting the version or volume 2 of Mookie Looks Like tonight? Is that what's happening? Jared just picked that off.
That sounds like a dog. You should join
Robert
the
Taylor
squad.
wants to know, Drew, how the fuck are you able to function in 2023 with zero knowledge of technology?
I don't know, man. I don't know. And like the funny part was I was like, so like, how would this work if you gave the government this excuse for not paying your property tax? And the response I got was, oh, well, that gets taken out automatically. And I was like, yeah, these motherfuckers are going to automatically take money out of their accounts. Like, I'm sure that'll go over well. Like, I really don't understand how, if the alternative is figure out how to use the internet or figure out how to get one of my children's to use the internet or have a lien put on my home, you're going to pick this one.
JB pointing out you're blaming the camera as your hand continues to chroma key out. It's
yeah, I know. You know what, man? Like,
it's so bizarre.
Clearly,
that made it
what
way worse. Now you look like
Zoom's
the Conan
technology is better.
You're floating head doctor over here.
There we go.
All right, Mookie, you take some time to figure yourself out. We will introduce these beers. We got a good show.
I looked really good on Zoom. That's all I'm going to say.
If Mookie
You
ever
look great.
joins
You look
it.
great.
We got an awesome show to get to. Before we do, though, let's talk about these beers that we are drinking and whether or not we would bang them. Scott, what is in your mug tonight?
I kept it local tonight over in Westchester, Grainworks Brewing Company. Nice little summertime brew. My Blue Heaven. It's a blueberry ale coming in at 5.4%. And man, if you like blueberries, this is a winner. I am smooth fucking this one right here. Like this is one of these summer porch beers if you want to mix it up from, the usual ones. I like this a lot.
There is not much better than a good porch beer.
It really isn't. Like it was one of those things when I saw it, I didn't immediately grab it because I'm like, all right, that sounds like an option. But I came back when I got through everything. I'm like, nah, it's spring. Baseball's about to start. I bet this is a smooth drinker. Let me get this. And I love me some blueberries. So yeah, shout out to Grainworks. It's good shit right here.
Fantastic. Caesar, what are you sipping on tonight? Would you bang it?
I'm sipping on Independence Brewing Companies. I think I said that shit right. Yeah, I did. Fuck yeah. Austin Amber. Shout out to the boys in Austin. It was a crazy season. They did a lot of great work. Considering that our first coach did some crazy ass shit. I thought the season was over, but it wasn't. So salute on a great run, boys. You made me very proud. Not that you really give a fuck, but thanks for making me proud.
I just want to point out that I hate you, Tyson, for your most recent picture. Even if you did make a funny comment about Mookie being a train wreck, and
dude, did he superimpose crying Jordan on Bill Murray's face when Bill Murray was a Xavier fan on that picture?
I don't know, but that's extra dirty, dude. Extra dirty.
It's dirty, but He deserves it.
I know.
Putting crying Jordan on Bill Murray, the Xavier fan's face is well done. Mookie, you're back. It looks like your camera's working. Hopefully you have beer.
Nope,
Nope,
just
it's
kidding.
not. Just
Fuck
kidding.
it. God
What? Nope,
damn
there you
it.
go. Okay. All right, hold on. What are you drinking? Would you bang it?
Yeah, why not? Oh yeah, I would definitely bang this one. So this is actually, it's called Flute Loop. It's from a local brewery here, Fretboard Brewing, which of course this is Chroma King out too, because why not?
If you put it in
This
front of your
bitch
face.
hits like a motherfucker. So not only do I have 32 ounces of it, because that's where I'm at in life right now, but
32?
yeah, bang it hard.
All right, we got to go through some of the looks like that came through. Robert said Mookie looks like he owns the complete discography of Now That's What I Call Music.
Oh my god.
Aren't they on like 90
that'd be like
or something?
There'd be so many.
Jared said Mookie looks like his parents checked out on the Wi-Fi.
What spectrum?
Yeah, right in the ass.
Matt Barr said Mookie looks like an Aha music video.
Which, thankfully, I thank you for the compliment. That to me, and also thank you for your service. But to me, that's a huge compliment. Like, actually, Caesar, do you know
we don't
who
have
Aha
enough time
is?
for Mookie to figure himself out? And JB hit him with if Drew was a video game, he'd have a 1 gig day one badge.
Hit him with the air horn, please.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
good.
deserves it.
Oh man.
Well done, JB.
I'm here to serve. What can I say? God.
I love that Tyson's just here to troll with his fuck Xavier takes. Thank
What a
you,
dog.
Tyson.
What a boy.
All right, in the comments here, Jared is drinking a 25 ounce of the Goat Bell Two-Hearted Ale, waiting for the MLB Show 23 to download. That sounds like a good time. Robert Taylor is drinking Bottle Logic's Daedalus. You guys got any?
Daedalus.
Daedalus? No way.
I know what it's not. It's not apricot.
It's not apricot. It's 6% ABV smoothie style fruit sour ale.
Oh man.
Fresh pineapple and vanilla and pineapple
man.
orange soft serve ice cream.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Dan is drinking Nowhere in Particular in Gahanna, Ohio now. 7% ABV, hitting the grit IPA. Excellent as always. Always a good time there. Matt Barr, Natty Tall Boys, gotta hydrate. And then Gabe said he's recovered from a bachelor party with drinking Tomorrow Purgatory Session Pale Ale, a 5% ABV. Fantastic. Tonight I went with the beer that got me into craft beer in the first place because I saw it this weekend and I remember when you couldn't buy it in Ohio, but I found a Fat Tire and I was like, man, this takes me back to when I first got into craft. So yes, one of the first craft beers outside of Honey Brown that I drank was Fat Tire, and it's just as good as I remember. This is that old flame that you reconnect with, and you're like, oh yeah, that's why.
That shit's real.
I remember now. What's real?
Connecting with an old flame.
It's happened in the past, right?
Fuck that, bro.
Hell of a take.
I feel like it just hits
Don't wanna
something there. Caesar's gonna be upset the rest of the show. Listen, let us know what you guys are drinking in the comments and whether or not you would bang it.
Jesus God.
Matt Barr, yes, I did lose my V car to a Fat Tire. Let's spin the wheel, fellas, and see. Let's spin the wheel and see what we're gonna talk about to start off the show here. We got big NCAA changes to talk about. Is this the worst Final Four? There was a Masters hot take, and then we're gonna play a little fire or dumpster fire. So let's spin the wheel and see.
Whoa, wait. So this one actually makes you drag and spin it?
Nope, it sure doesn't.
just
We're gonna
kidding.
talk some big NCAA changes, and that means this show starts off where it loves to start off.
I love how excited
it does get
just-
excited. There's like fireworks.
I just drew the shit out of that talking right before the intro that cuts me off. My bad.
It was such a dream.
It was. I drew the shit out of that.
Oh, wait. So if we're going to drew the shit out of things, can I at least take a moment and share what I sent to y'all in the group chat last week where at work, someone hit me with the boo this man gif. So it follows me outside of just this show.
It's fitting. It's just fitting. Like that is so on brand for you to get booed outside of the show as well in just normal life.
Where I'm actually trying like really hard, and well, and results speak for themselves.
All right, listen, fellas, there's some big changes. And Scott, I'm sure your ears perked up when you heard this story come across. So there have been talks in the NCAA. They're trying to make rule changes in football that allow for grad assistants and like trainers and people who can't normally coach to be able to be on the field and coaching, like actually performing coaching duties during practices and during games. So they've been making way for this rule to take place. And now there is worry that the rule is not going to go through. And the reason why is because several colleges are currently bracing to have to pay athletes as school employees. Scott, it might have actually happened. They think that it's going to come down to these schools actually having to pay these kids. Like,
Good.
This is insane.
Good.
The talking point that we've been saying forever might actually come true.
I mean, it's just a long time coming. Like when I saw that headline, I immediately started giggling to myself. I'm like, oh my God, their fear is that they're going to have to pay people. Like, oh no, we'll have to treat them like real working human beings. This is going to cut into our bottom line. If you think college prices and shit are a racket now, wait till they hit us with you guys wanted these athletes to get paid, so the cause gotta get passed on to somewhere, so it passed on to just you average students. I can't fucking wait to hear that crybaby shit.
The funny thing is, like, anybody can totally debunk that and be like, actually, tuition costs aren't allowed to fund the athletic department. It's a totally different bank. So you can't.
But that's not going to stop them from saying
do it.
Oh
they
yeah,
totally
100%. Yeah, like they will bake that into the cost, and it'll be like, well, you want a top-notch athletic program at your school, it's going to cost you a little extra.
Caesar, how excited are you to hear that these kids might actually be employees here soon? Andy's muted, and I can't unmute him because he muted him. Jesus Christ. Mookie and the dog, everybody.
We're showing up real well here, Caesar.
When you remind me of something from my past and that it might come back in my future, that's fucking crazy. That's the last thing I needed to hear. Anyways,
sad face over.
Before this gets super dark and depressing, Caesar, an old flame coming back around is typically a good thing. Like an old flame doesn't come back around in a way that you don't want them to.
Yeah, it's like
it's just when you think about it, sometimes the way things end, you don't want them to end the way they did, but it did.
Right, but now you know so much more.
You tried your hardest, it just didn't work out. And
but now you're a better Caesar.
We said we weren't going to talk about the Xavier Texas game, man.
I wish that's
we said we were going to. We tried so hard, but it just didn't happen.
God,
we gave it our all, but it just didn't happen.
Caesar, what is going through your head right now? Because I got to get to the bottom of this. What is happening?
What's going down in my head? Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Great song, though.
Come to talk to you. It's just, man, when you talk about old flames and apparently that ex-girlfriend's come back into your life. Well, if I think back to last year, I was having such a great time. Everything was going so well. I moved back, and it all goes to shit, and everything else went to shit. It took me to get out of that shit. But now it's just, now that I know that I have to go through this all over again, I'm not down.
Okay.
You don't have to. Like,
that's what I was going to say. Like, I'm not forcing you. Jesus.
Yeah, the thing isn't like, hey, you've got to hook back up with that chick. It's like sometimes you run into her in the bar and you've had a couple of drinks and you're like, hey, I'm single, you're single. What's up? And
I know more stuff from the Google Docs. Like, I've learned, I've grown. Like, again, you're a better Caesar than you were then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've put more miles on the tires since then.
She or he would be blessed and honored to be able to reflame with you.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
now
that's
there's
not
nothing wrong with that. Other than the implication, there's nothing wrong with that. Mostly, I can see Mike's already making great use of the custom layouts in StreamYard.
It's been fun having this show. I can't wait that we get canceled. The show that we start is going to get canceled because of Mookie and the dog infiltrating, hitting us with the old. Not that there's anything wrong with that. 2023, like God.
There isn't. I'm all for it. It's just not me.
you're in Texas. Like, just don't say gay and you're fine, right?
Mookie and the
Oh,
dog.
you can say it. It's all good.
Oh,
happening?
it's just
It's
flirty.
just not me.
Saying craft brewed relationship advice.
Which now I will say, y'all can make fun, but all 3 out of the 4 of us trick someone into marrying us and sticking with us for life. So there's something to be said about that, right? I mean,
That's a fair point, and that's why this has been therapy hour with Mookie and the dog.
that's right. She
back
will
on
eventually
topic.
sober up, but that's
Well,
okay.
But
Go ahead.
so, I'm not gonna lie to you. Half of that story I was zoned out because I was just thinking of last summer. But
Banging.
I would say
Oh, I
I'm
remember
glad they're
now.
getting paid because they deserve to get paid, especially at schools like UT, Oklahoma, like the big Power 5 schools that most like the athletes make most of the money for their school. So it's about fucking time.
Here's
Let's
what's
run it.
crazy though, Caesar. It's not just getting paid by the school. Like, yes, they would be employees and they would get paid. But JB mentioning athletes as employees would sooner cause programs to shut down than administrators giving up their paycheck. 100%, because it's not just a salary they got to pay them. That also means health benefits. You're an employee of the university. You get into that employee healthcare plan. So that means you're getting a W-2 from the school. You're getting a paycheck with benefits coming out of that paycheck. They're going to have fucking 401ks and shit. Like, this is big time deals. All of those football players that get hurt, now that's on the university's healthcare bill. Like, the university now has to pay for these kids to
Wait,
fix
what?
their injury instead of just
I'm a
being
little
like, good
confused
luck.
here. I thought you said grad assistants were going to get paid.
No, so that's what the start of this was. They wanted to be able to have grad
Yeah.
assistants and like trainers being able to do coaching. But there's some NCAA rule that said they can't do that. You have to be an actual coach on the staff in order to perform coaching duties. So like some of these assistants and stuff could stand there, but they weren't allowed to actually coach somebody up. But now they are looking to remove the rule, but schools are hesitant now to remove that rule because they don't want to have to pay grad assistants. They don't want to have to pay trainers a different salary because now they're coaching, and they don't want to have to pay athletes as employees. So basically, this is the NCAA being like, listen, I don't think we can do this because we're probably going to have to pay these kids what they're worth.
I just think this would, like, as much as I like the idea, I think it'd also be the end of like the non-important sports, like the casual non-important sports. Like, I love Texas swimming, but most people don't. So
I
that
don't
would probably
know
go
if
to
it
shit.
would be though, Caesar. Like, I guess this would be more of a possible end to. So yeah, it's probably closer to the end than NIL was. Like NIL, but that's what they said with NIL though, right? They were like, if these kids get paid, then all these lesser sports are going to fall off because nobody's going to want to do them because they're not getting money to do it. So that was always the argument against NIL. So
Turns out that was a
immediately
fucking
"Yeah,
lie.
I don't know if it would be.
Yeah, and it never was gonna be. I don't, just like I don't know that this would be either. Like these again, they just want to hit us with the boogeyman like scenario, and that's not what it ends up being. Usually,
I just found
like,
out that was a movie. I didn't know that was a movie. And that the guy from
Boogeyman?
Allstate is the guy that plays the boogeyman.
What?
Or is that Candyman?
Candyman.
Oh shit, my bad.
There's like 3 of them too.
That's on me. That's on me.
Let me help Robert
Oy
Taylor
vey,
get caught up
man.
because he said he stepped away for a bit to start dinner and he missed a couple things, but we haven't yet talked about how Texas sucks. So,
We talk
Robert,
crazy on Texas because we're Texas. Go full
Well,
force, brother. Haven't
that's
heard it before.
to be fair, you made it to the Elite 8 as a 2 seed, so you performed right up to expectations. So there's nothing to be said
They
about.
performed
Really.
to my expectations before our coach got arrested. That was my expectations.
So
When
then after you got
Damn it,
arrested,
I
your
missed it,
expectations
guys.
reset.
Gabe pointing out when Caesar dropped the boogeyman, the more you know. Yeah, we really got to get this drop, man.
Seriously,
I got to get this in
it just
place.
my face with a thumbs up instead of the star
the,
across the rainbow.
the boogeyman. But we got to get that jingle though. That's underneath.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Like,
I don't
that's
know
the
how
most important part. Like
legit
whatever we
this
get the picture.
NBC
man.
is for us to use that. All right, so JB said if you like college sports, it's the worst idea. If you love chaos, it's a godsend.
I love chaos.
Do you think this is the worst idea for college sports, though, Scott?
No, it'll be fine.
That's what I think too. Like, listen,
Yeah,
you
I think it'll
you
be fine.
go to Ohio State, you go to Alabama, you are going to make a good amount of money because you're probably going to be one of the best. If you go to Miami of Ohio, you're probably not going to make as much because the athletic department budget is big and they're not going to be able to pay you as much as they'd be able to
Right.
pay at Ohio State. And sorry, like that's just how this goes. When the program gets bigger, they get more money, you can afford better players. Like it's
It's business. It's like business 101. Like the more money you're bringing in, the more you can afford to pay your employees. Plain and simple. Or, there'll probably be a few schools that are like pulling a Pittsburgh Pirate and like, we don't have any money. Well, they stack up cash.
Oh, there will 100% be a fucking Bob Castellini that runs some college, and he's like, "Listen, we got to align payroll with resources, but you know what they say." He wasn't listening. I fucking teed him up for his own.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to.
Loki, are you kidding me?
I was trying to download the More You Know video. I was like, Mike's gonna be so impressed with me in the background. I'm gonna get this thing. I'm gonna slap it in there, and then we're gonna play it.
Move this man.
But I mean, where are you gonna go?
Yeah.
Thank you, Caesar. Thank you for picking up Mookie's slack there.
This is why we need a producer. No one can actually produce while participating in the show.
You don't have to produce.
You could have asked me to download the video. I don't have to talk that much. The crowd actually prefers when I don't talk.
How do I download it from YouTube without paying to download it from YouTube? That's the real question.
Okay, we'll talk about this off air when we should be talking about production value changes in the show. God damn it. Scott, what's the first school to go full on Mets owner and just try to take over college football?
Ohio State.
Running an athletic department at a deficit.
Oh, Ohio State, 100%. They will be in the red day one. They'll be like, fuck it. We can't get those athletes that these SEC schools are. We'll just outbid them. We'll just fucking outbid them. They'll come for the cash and we'll just run roughshod. We are that desperate. We'll do whatever it takes to get these motherfucking kids in here. It's 100% Ohio State. There's no doubt in my fucking mind.
See, I don't know if it would be because I feel like Ohio State they're the school that they've had all this money all along. They've been spending money,
but Gene Smith runs that place. Come on.
All I'm saying is they are already a super powerful, tons of money school. They're not going to want to let go of that money. They're going to be the ones that are fighting back like, oh, I don't know if we can afford these kids. I'm thinking it's going to be more along the lines of just a no-name school that has nothing to lose and is just like, fuck it. We are running a deficit for the next 10 years. We are selling out. We're buying every potential player we can. And they just load up on talent. And all of a sudden, like, Marshall is running the college football world and becomes the new Alabama.
But
I'd be okay with that though. Like I would love to see some school just be like, fuck it, we're just going for it. We've got a 10, like how they talk about windows in professional sports with the ages of the athletes and where they drafted these guys, and once they start phasing out, if you can't keep everything, like what if a program just decided, look, we're gonna have a 10-year window. We're going to sell our fucking souls for the next 10 years and make as much money as we possibly can. But we're going to be putting it out on all these players and we're just going to blow the fuck up. And we're just going to try to take down the Titans. Maybe we'll sneak out a fucking national championship out of it. Like that would be awesome.
It would be hilarious to see the small schools just be like, listen,
they'd become the Deion Sanders of.
Yes.
Just changing the game.
Robert just said this weekend is WrestleMania. Let's rap about it, Jive Turkeys. I
got the Rock.
Bro, you want me to get started on the Rock? Because I sent you a video that everyone stayed very quiet about. He got cooked by John Cena. Bro.
Who the fuck cares?
He got cooked. He got cooked.
Get cooked because he's going to be coming back twice as hard the next time he's out.
Pause.
It's that simple.
It's still, he got cooked by John Cena. My GOAT would never.
I mean, you know what? You're right. He should feel pretty bad. They got cooked by a dude who does a musical commercial with a fucking purple cow. I'd feel pretty bad about
and
that.
my GOAT isn't going to need a walker soon because his knees are shot. So there's that.
That's fine. I'd rather have my GOAT be crippled than get cooked by John Cena.
Fair enough. JB pointing out Harvard has the biggest endowment in the nation, and it isn't even close. If they open the coffers, it's over.
How great would that be if Harvard
was
just running roughshod over all NCAA? That would be amazing. The national championship, Harvard versus Alabama, like we all predicted.
Not even like, because if Harvard starts gearing up for the war, Yale's like, nah, bitches, we're coming for you. And it's just Harvard and Yale, and we're back to 1892, and that's what college football becomes.
It comes full circle, right? Like this is just college football completing the circle. Wow. How fucking poetic would it be if that's how it ended up happening? They're like, we're gonna play with leather helmets too, bitches. Let's go. No forward passes.
No, wait, hold on a minute though. Maybe that's why they don't want to make them employees, because then once you have to deal with like OSHA and shit, like actually keep them safe.
Where have you been, dude? That's literally what Mike said.
Oh,
No, Mike said that they would have to provide them medical coverage and all of that other stuff, 401ks, I mean, like, from a sense, they would actually have to have an HR department in the athletic department. Like, how would that work out? Do you think they'd have performance reviews?
Speaking of performance reviews, mine's up. Like, I have to get mine at work. And the thing is, I kind of fucked up a transaction like 2 weeks ago. I'm surprised they didn't fire my ass, if I'm being honest. So let's see how that goes.
Why does it matter if you like sold people 2 bananas for the price of 1?
True.
Jared said Mookie looks like a guy who's on a 15-minute time delay.
I mean, Jared, this has been my life the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, I mean, it's apt.
Oh, man. Matt Barr with the correct take. Let's go ahead and drop that.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Since
Although,
what
if just real quick, because Matt also put it, and I was gonna get to that. Like, what if it just started? It wasn't just Yale and Harvard. Like, what if all of the Ivy League was like, well, fuck that, and the Ivy League became like the SEC? Like, all these kids just going to Ivy League schools, and we turn around, and we're just like, what the fuck is going on? That's what I want. You're talking about chaos. That's what I want. I want the Ivy Leagues to take the fuck over.
I do want to see like the ESPN breaking news when they're like, ladies and gentlemen, it's just been announced the Ivy League is expanding once again and has now decimated the Big Ten, leaving only the Ivy League and the SEC remaining as the 2 power conferences.
Oh, man. So
Ohio State
negotiated their TV deal for $35 billion a year. Good luck, everybody else.
Ohio State's gonna have to form a new Big Ten, and then we can be like them and be like, oh, this is the fake Big Ten. Oh, that's the fake Big Ten. When they just get this collection of cast-offs. Oh, I can't fucking wait. It's gonna be a great day. See, this is the best ever. Let this happen. All of it. I want all of this to happen.
So if we take a spin on this, kind of like we did with the Wise Guys top 10, and make it the college endowment size top 10. You ready to run down that list?
I am ready to hear the top 10.
I cannot wait.
It might actually be a little bit more surprising than you'd think. So we're actually going to go to 15 because I think that's more compelling. But going from 15 to 1, you would have Northwestern as the 15th best.
All right.
Team college in the world, whatever. Followed by Washington University, St. Louis.
My dad went there.
Emory University.
Emory.
That's
a good school. That's a good school.
Yeah. Columbia University.
Okay. Yeah, badass colors.
University of Cal Systems Administration Central Office.
Oh, God, yes!
Is that Caltech?
Yes!
Yeah. This is where it gets a little funky though, because
350-pound lineman at that school.
Yeah. From Cal Systems Administration of Central Office.
I can't wait till he says that in the NFL. That's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
Football, it is Cal Administration of Central Office. Let that happen.
So then after that, at number 10, we would have University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. Beat out by clearly the best school in this list of the University of Notre Dame at number 9. Number 8, Texas A&M University College Station.
Oh, fuck those cunts.
Thank you. I was hoping you'd say that. 7, University of Pennsylvania.
State?
10. No,
Sticks.
Just Penn.
Just Penn. Just straight up Penn. 6,
Quakers.
MIT. 5.
Yes. MIT. What's MIT's mascot?
Oh, it's a
God.
fucking. Oh my god, I
It's
know
probably
this,
like a
bro.
slide ruler.
Like an owl or
Just
some
a
shit.
particle.
It's a beaver. It's a beaver. It's a beaver.
Oh, it is a beaver.
Oh,
Oh, I like
oh,
Tim the
beaver?
Beaver.
The
Nice.
MIT Beavers take
It's such a
over,
badass
baby.
name too, because it's just MIT backwards.
And the Beavers are
Holy shit,
storming
you're
the
right.
field as they beat the shit out of Ohio State by 12 touchdowns.
The number 2 Beavers take down Harvard in the game of the century.
Well, yeah, okay. I guess it would be
Could you
hard. So,
imagine? Okay, wait, go back to the players though. Thinking about all of these kids who will be lying their asses off. Yeah, I grew up wanting to come to fucking MIT. I grew up wanting to go to Yale. It was always my dream to go to this fucking school.
no, honestly, Scott,
Tingle
it's probably
McCringleberry Harvard. That part.
people wouldn't be as set on MIT or Princeton number 5 or Stanford number 4. They would really say they were growing up dreaming of going to the University of Texas Systems Office at number 3.
Oh, okay. When they mean systems office, I think they mean fucking the entire thing, like the farm system.
The farm system. Y'all
Like
even have a farm system.
About the
That
satellite
makes sense.
campuses?
Like, yeah, the satellite campus, like UT Austin, UT El Paso, UT Dallas, UT Arlington.
So typical Texas math. They count everything to their advantage. Got it. Number 2, Yale. Number 1, Harvard. But honestly, Mike, Notre Dame comes in at 9. I think that we need to push hard for this legislation change, man.
Wait,
Yeah,
what was number
So
one?
you guys can
Father-
still finish in the same disappointing ass season ending. Is it gonna change? Is it gonna make you feel any better to lose to a Yale or Harvard every year? Like, is that gonna? Like, is what they make you
It's somebody different to lose to, so I'd be okay with it. I'd be like,
mixing up who you lose?
just change
to.
it up.
I like it. I
like
like
at
it.
least if we didn't lose to Ohio State. That's good.
Right.
So
It didn't hurt as much to lose
Hey,
UC.
you know what? That's a good point because it'd be like, oh, Ohio State, you didn't even make the Final Four, so shut the fuck up with your broke asses.
Drew, I would say we could push for this, except Father Jenkins and Jack Swarbrick already have come out preemptively against all of this. They wrote an op-ed where they were talking about how Congress needs to step in and do something about the NIL because
It's getting out of
OWG
hand.
stuff. Yeah, exactly.
These blacks are getting too much money and power. Somebody stop them.
That's why I feel like a
probably
lot
what
of
it was
these
actually
schools
said.
would still be shitty and still have so much money if this were the case, because they'd be like, listen, we can spend a lot of money and dominate college football, but there's gonna be some black people in here, and I don't know if we should do that.
Well, and
Shut
I like
down.
Going and thinking about it now, I like how it's always like, well, these lesser sports are the ones that are going to suffer. No, the rich white kids play those fucking sports. Those sports are going to be fucking fine. Like, they will pay to play like they have done their entire life. You guys just don't want black people to have a come up. That's all. Just fucking admit it. Just like, look, we don't want to pay these black people money. Like, look, most of the popular sports have a lot of black people. We don't want to give them money. That's it. That's all this has been all along. The mask is off, and we would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you lousy fans in your NIL.
I really thought you were going to hit him with those meddling kids.
Like, for fuck's sake, man. Just come out and say it. I would respect it more if they're like, yeah, we just don't want to play black people. That's it.
Okay.
It's been this way since college's inception, college sports' inception. Once the blacks took over, we're like, we ain't never paying these motherfuckers nothing. Nothing.
I feel like I've turned beat red at this conversation, Scott. We got to switch gears. We got to get off of this topic, and we need to talk about Lamar Jackson requesting a trade.
Hold on.
Race card.
How did you not hit that once during that whole thing?
Boo! Because I was dropping truth bombs.
No, I know. I didn't mean just that specific part, though. I meant like that whole topic. Like that whole topic was essentially race card.
Although Gabe hit me with the multiple race cards.
Yeah, he did say multiple.
Yeah, well, I was like, it feels a little early.
Matt Barr
to
also
hit
pointed
on
out Catholics don't care about charging to get into heaven, but paying football players is where they draw the line. Not just any football player, Matt. They don't want to pay a specific type of football player.
Is it too far to show Tyson's comment? Clarifying Scott's mask comment.
Yeah, we should probably
A little bit over.
that one. And if you see the comment, you see the comment.
Caesar, if you email me that video, I can put it into the StreamYard.
No, stop, dude. Especially with your internet, don't fuck with things while we're live on the air. All right, don't fuck with anything. Hands up for the rest of the show.
Hands up.
I want him to
The amount of times I've been told that for doing fucking nothing is crazy.
The Lamar Jackson saga has taken another turn this week as it has come out that he has requested a trade as of March 2nd.
Fuck yeah, March 2nd. Let's go.
Which was right before or right after Harbaugh put in the vote of confidence that Lamar's their starter and he wants him there. And Lamar the whole time was like, get me the fuck out of this place. I don't fault Lamar whatsoever for requesting the trade. Like, if he thinks he's going to get this deal, then great. You should be able to go get it somewhere else, ball out under the tag somewhere else, and then seal the deal next year. But here's what's been pissing me off. Browns fans on Twitter are going crazy because they think this was the Browns' plan all along, that they were like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give Deshaun Watson guaranteed money because Lamar Jackson's contract is coming up. Joe Burrow's contract is coming up. And they think that the Bengals and the Ravens are not going to be able to pay these guys and they're going to walk. And then the Browns by default move up in the division. So there is a legit conspiracy theory on Twitter that Haslam did this on purpose in order to screw over the Ravens and the Bengals in their upcoming quarterback contract deals. Mookie, you look utterly, you know what? And it's my fault. I probably should have preempted this correctly here. But let's go ahead and let's add music. Let's do this the correct way. Any truth to this, Mookie? Do you think this was a master plan by Haslam to ruin the division?
The more I think about it, the more I think it may have been, because it's such a dumbass fucking plan. Like, I could see Haslam going with it too. Like, I thought you were trying to work something where it's like, because they gave all that money to Deshaun, they're going to offload him in favor of Lamar somehow and stick someone else with the bag. But like, that'd be too smart. Literally trying to get ahead of Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson's deals because, Deshaun Watson's comparable does sound like the dumb shit the Browns pull. But at the end of the day, like, the Bengals are going to pay Joe. Sorry, period. It's going to happen. I can see why the Ravens wouldn't pay Lamar or wouldn't be as much of a given considering some of his injury history. But I also think that's a bullshit cop-out too because, I'm pretty sure Lamar pulled a hangnail mid-season this year and was like, yeah, you know what? We're not going to the playoffs. Like, I'm good. I'm not going to get injured on y'all's account and hinder my future earnings potential. So y'all can fuck off. But I think this might be real. I think there might be true momentum to this plan or this theory.
Scott, what do you think? You think the Browns are some masterminds here that screwed over divisional rivals with a terrible contract to a sexual predator?
I'm going to both give them credit and shit on them at the same time. I'm going to shit on them by saying that there's no chance in hell that a franchise who's been so inept at the draft and everything else they've done since coming back into the league masterfully just decided that they're going to... But what if? What if the reverse of that? What if the reverse of that is true? And what if they were sitting around and somebody is like, look, we fucking suck at this. Like, we are not good at finding a quarterback. We've proven it time and time again. We've brought everybody in under the fucking sun. What if we just tried something different and just fucked over the rest of the league by doing something insane by giving Deshaun Watson guaranteed money? It'll fuck everybody in our division. It'll piss off the rest of the league. And fuck it. It just might work. We can't find a quarterback on our own. So what if we just fuck everybody else? All right. Let's go with it. Like, how absurd would that be if they just finally admitted, like, as a franchise, like, this just ain't going to happen. So we've got to try something new. We got our analytics department came back and just said, we also just stop drafting fucking quarterbacks. Like, you're never going to do it. So, fuck it. This is where we're at. But again, like I said, it's hard to think that they're even that forward thinking. Like they're just so dumb at everything they do. Because it's like it's not just that they've blown quarterback; they've had like multiple drafts with like 3 or 4 first-round picks, and fuck that up on multiple different players and positions. Like just perpetually sad. The Cleveland Browns.
Scott Bear says Lamar for Debo in a second. Who says no?
What?
Like, Caesar laughing at Bear.
Wait a minute. That trade. Well, that trade doesn't even make sense considering you'd already have to trade 2 firsts in the negotiations for Lamar. Like
Not
you've already
necessarily.
given.
You're forgetting.
you don't
You're
have to
forgetting
give
he's not accounting for this. I love my guy, but he's not accounting for this.
Well,
You
so
don't
but
have
hold
to
on.
give 2 first. Lamar's just asking for a trade now. Sure, like that's what would have happened if somebody tried to negotiate with him under the tag that he's under. But I don't think they have to give up 2. It would just be a straight up trade at this point. So the Ravens could ask for 2 firsts.
You're
Right,
not
just
talking
someone-
about
but
signing
if-
the offer sheet thing.
No,
You're just
not
talking
signing
about
the offer
just
sheet.
straight
Not,
up trade.
yeah, just a trade.
Niners say no.
Shout
Yeah,
out
I
Kirk
mean-
Nowitzki for getting into the Hall of Fame. It
What?
just came out right now. Kirk Nowitzki, or Dirk Nowitzki, sorry.
Oh,
God.
good for
Who
Dirk.
cares?
Not into
Like,
the
that's
easiest
not
Hall of Fame
news.
in the world to get into. Like, I think if
I don't
I
give a
had
fuck.
stuck
Kirk
with him a little bit
Nowitzki goes
longer, I
crazy,
could be
bro. I fucking
Basketball
love
Hall
Kirk
of Fame.
Nowitzki.
I love him too, but it's like the Basketball Hall of Fame is the bullshit Hall of Fame.
It was also a given. Like Dirk is an all-time great. Like that's not really news. It was just a matter of like when he's eligible.
Which was right now.
So hold on though. Mike, I know we were talking about a trade, but like they franchise tag Lamar. So if someone
Non-exclusive.
signs him, do they have to send the compensation to the Ravens, or the Ravens get a compensatory draft pick from thin air?
I think if it's just a trade under his current terms, then there is no compensation that gets sent the Ravens' way. I think it
Right,
just
but if-
operates as a regular trade.
But if like the
Not an
Lions come in with a big fat stack of forward money and they sign Lamar from underneath Baltimore's noses, how does Baltimore get compensated?
Well, that's different. That would be where they have to give up the 2 first round picks.
The Lions would have to give him up.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's
Okay.
if they negotiated with them and did the offer sheet thing. Like if they
So
then the Ravens would have a chance to match, or they get the 2 first round picks for them.
Real question here, serious question: is Lamar worth 2 first-round draft picks?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you were the Browns, yeah, but they already got a quarterback that they
That they're
with the
stuck
trade
with.
guaranteed money. But for most teams, I don't know. I mean,
You know what
yeah.
I'd love to see?
yeah,
is
I mean,
Green-
I think Lamar is worth it, but obviously nobody else does yet.
Because it's collusion.
think
That's
it's-
why. It's
I
all
don't
the
think
white. It's all the white fucks owners trying to collude against him. That's what it is. Lamar's a fucking dog, and the league fucking knows it. They just don't want to pay quarterbacks their fucking money.
I mean, like
it's
Jim
probably
Sounds
the
like
same
what we
thing.
talked about.
Irsay came out and said this week, like, I don't want to pay guaranteed money. I don't want to pay anybody guaranteed money. It's not even
Who
like
said that?
Jim Irsay, of course, because he's like, listen, I
Oh.
need money for blow. I'm not going to give anybody guaranteed money. I got to save some of this.
Got to guarantee money to my dealer for these pills, so I ain't guaranteeing shit to these. And it's just like college; it all goes back. I don't want to pay these fucking black guys. Like I just don't want to fucking pay these black guys, right? Like whether I'm a college president or I'm an NFL owner, I don't want to pay black people what they're worth. Okay, like Jim Irsay, just say it. Just say it.
Race card.
There you go. There you go.
I tried to hit the rap air horn, Scott, but Mookie also decided to hit it at the same time, and then it didn't play.
In check. I didn't press shit. Like I'm in timeout still.
Yeah, I believe that one. All right, let's go to the wheel and see what we're talking about next here.
I'm gonna see if I can tie in every segment we do into white people not wanting to pay black people. Like that's gonna be. That's
Scott, I gotta
the theme of the show.
Like Scott, you gotta set the bar higher, dude. Like if you do that, I'm still not gonna be impressed. Like it's
Scott's
not gonna
like
be that
hoping for this Masters topic to pop up. He's like, "Come on!" Oh no, is this the worst Final Four? That's right. We're gonna talk some basketball.
Boom shakalaka.
All right, boys.
That's a Pokemon ball.
The Final Four is set. We've got number 4 seed UConn, number 9 seed
Fuck
FAU,
them.
and then 2 5 seeds in Miami, and who else is fucking in it? I don't care.
San Diego
FAU,
State.
UConn,
San Diego State. Thank you. So this is officially the first Final Four that doesn't feature a 1, 2, or 3 seed. It was also the first Elite Eight that did not have a single 1 seed in it. The tournament is like everybody who had said beforehand NIL is going to ruin college athletics because the rich are just going to get richer have been totally proven wrong this tournament. Like every blue chip is out. You've got these lower seeded schools making it to the Final Four, many of them because of the transfer portal, because of NIL money. Like Miami has a guy in Miami just literally like, hey, I'm a billionaire. I will pay you money to come to Miami. Like he was brazen about it. He was out in the open, and now they're in the Final Four. Like this is a testament to NIL and the transfer portal. But there are a lot of people saying this is the worst Final Four ever, and it's actually being reflected in ticket prices too. On the secondary market right now, the women's Final Four ticket prices are higher than the men's Final Four ticket
Fuck
prices.
yeah, her story month.
You know why?
Her story month. Fuck yeah, as they should.
Well, now, what I was going to say would be awkward.
Was that to make up for the? Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I mean, there isn't. It's 2023. I don't know.
It's 2023 and people don't know how to pay shit online, man. It's a weird fucking world, I tell you what.
To be fair, my mom's not a big like.
To be
She doesn't
fair.
like to buy shit online. Like I told her to get some like shit on Amazon. She was like, I don't like using that. I was like, so how do you
But-
function?
But if she had to pay something online or else someone would put a lien on her home,
I don't know what lean is other than cough syrup. So,
Drew,
I mean,
we're not talking about your HOA drama. Gabe said that, yes, this is true, but it's in the nosebleeds. So that doesn't really count. It absolutely counts. Like, there has never been a time when the women's Final Four ticket prices were higher than the men's Final Four ticket prices. Like, this is bananas. And I'm blown away by the fact that, like, we've always been told like, oh, I love the Cinderella stories, but time and time again, it gets proven that people actually don't want to watch the Cinderella stories. They want to watch them early on, and then they want them to go away, and they want their Dukes, and they want their big time schools to be in the Final Four. Because by comparison, last year when you had Duke and North Carolina in the Final Four, it was the most expensive Final Four ticket in the history of the Final Four. This year, less than the women's game. Like the 180 between programs that are like lower seeded making it and the big time schools making it is insane, dude. That's absolutely nuts. Scott, what are your thoughts on the women's Final Four being more expensive now this year?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with the Blue Bloods. It's just simply, oh, is Xavier still playing this weekend? No, then I don't give a shit. I mean, it could be Xavier, or it could be Duke, UNC, Kansas, and any other fourth team you want to throw in there. And I still been watching this bullshit. Does anybody feel any better? Like, Alabama was a 1 all year. They're not a traditional basketball school. So if they were there, would anybody be watching this any harder? I know I fucking wouldn't. Like, the talking points would all be about the fucking murder and all that bullshit. Like so people
not that the murder's bullshit.
No. I mean, yeah, no, it's just.
I'm just prefacing it.
Yeah. That's
Thoughts and
fine.
prayers.
I appreciate you. No, bail me out. But I'm saying, like people want to act like so. Like the number is the only thing you really care about, right? Like, so if these guys had a number 1 in front of them, it'd be more exciting. Like, no, I mean, if you want to watch. If you think this is ass, don't. Like, good for the women.
You know,
like,
you make a good point because didn't they reach like number 9 at one point this season? Like I think FAU had climbed up pretty high in the.
Yeah, like I mean,
I'm not saying they're a bad team, Caesar. It's more to Scott's point. Like FAU, because the season was so up and down and so ridiculous, FAU didn't finish in the top 10. But had they finished in the top 10, they might not be sitting here as a 9 seed. They might be sitting here as like a 3 seed in the tournament, and it's still the same school. But now it's a 3 seed, and it's not as crazy that they made it to the Final Four.
But again, but the same thing with like in Alabama, though. It's like, would you feel that much better if Alabama was there? Again, they're not like a blue blood basketball program, so like, I mean, I guess you'd just be wanting to root against the Goliath, maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't understand how people like use the numbers to determine like, all right, well, this is the worst ever because whatever. Like, I mean, they want to see Cinderellas, but Duke and
People
nowhere
want to
near
see
this Final Four.
Cinderellas into the second weekend, and then they don't give it. Then they want them out of there. Like it's pure and simple. Like Scott, you kind of hit it on the head there. That like if your team ain't in there, no one gives a fuck. Like it's not like the CFP. Like honestly, once your team is out and it's past the second weekend, no one talks about March Madness. They really don't. Like because that stupid stickball sport starts up again. MLS starts to kick in overdrive. NHL, NBA is approaching their playoff push. Like there's just so much other stuff besides those last 3 games, which by the way, always pissed me off that they put the national championship for basketball on a Monday. Like ain't no one motherfucking changing their schedule to watch that crap. Like it just to me, I never even pay attention past the second weekend because I
really don't. Yeah, once Xavier's done,
Yeah.
and you get past all those really cool upset potential things, I'm like, I don't care what happens after that.
Because
Like,
usually
it's
when you
whatever.
have an upset like that too, it's usually because it's a really shit game. It's not like you have 2 teams playing really well at a high level. It's one team sucks balls and then gets all tight, Purdue, and can't make a fucking shot to save their life. And then this like Cinderella school somehow magically Steph Curry's their way into the Elite Eight. Like it doesn't matter. Nobody watches that far on. Wow, I got 2 comments. Soccer
right away.
Maybe hey Caesar, maybe we need to talk some soccer. What do you
MLS kicks
think?
into overdrive. What the fuck does that mean? 2-1 scores. And JB says MLS overdrive might be the most awesome thing I've ever heard. Gabe with the correct thing to point out.
9:45.
9 p.m. games and 9:45 p.m. tips are absurd. It's absolutely ridiculous. Some of us have a certain schedule when we like to take certain medications. And that messes with our schedule, and then we have a very bad
And some of us are middle-aged old men who, a 9:45 start time is just absurd anyway. I got kids, I got bullshit that keeps me up. Like, I need to be in bed by midnight, and you're telling me this game is going to go well past that? No, sir. No.
Move this man!
Hey, fuck y'all.
Don't you ever motherfucking call us middle-aged again, Scott, or I'll drive my ass up there 3 hours later and smack you in the face. We are not middle-aged.
I don't know. I'm like
my body screams otherwise every time I wake up.
I was gonna say with the amount of bourbon I drink, it might be past middle age at this point. I might be on the downhill slide of things.
We're finishing our first
I'm on the
act
back
of a
9,
three-act play,
man.
okay?
I'm on the back 9.
God damn! Wow, now you can make me feel like Caesar at the start of the show. I'm gonna get all depressed and shit.
That shit still hasn't gone away. You think that shit went away? Hell no.
No, that's why they make grain alcohol, though.
But and like with the ticket prices going up and shit, going down. I think a big thing with that can be said where it is, and it's in Houston. People in Houston, they have shit to do. They're not gonna make an excuse to go to the game if a Texas school isn't in it. Had Houston or Texas made it, then the ticket prices might be more expensive. Well, not might be, they would have. But the way it happened,
that's a good point. Because can you imagine how expensive ticket prices would be if this was being played in Florida, like with Miami and FAU?
Yeah, exactly.
This would be insane.
Not just that too. It might be Cinderella overkill too, where there's too many like upset schools, I guess.
It's all Cinderellas. It's literally a Final Four of Cinderellas. There's 3 first-time teams. There's 3 first-time teams making it to the Final Four, and UConn had a down year. Like this is easily a Cinderella tournament.
UConn had a good year until Xavier bitch slapped them in their own arena, and it all fell apart. Shout out Christian.
But say, like when back in
he's probably walking his ass to Houston.
10, I think it's 2000. Whenever the Final Four was in Dallas, and it was VCU, Butler. I think that was Indy actually, and the 2 other like blue bloods. That was still a high-rated, expensive-ass Final Four because it wasn't completely full of Cinderellas. So I think the combining factors of like it's an all-still around the Final Four, then it's in Houston, so no one really gives a fuck because Houston or Texas didn't make it. I think that's why ticket prices went down.
Does anyone else miss that the Final Four isn't in Indy every year?
When the fuck was it never in Indy all year?
I like that it rotates. Like what?
I think to me there was something special about it always being in Indianapolis, kind of like Omaha is where the College World Series always.
Well, when was it always in Indy? I didn't know that was a thing. Like the 80s?
They started moving.
Move this man!
That was a genuine question.
Yeah, well, but first I got Scott calling us middle age, and then you saying the 80s. No, I think it was like 2010, 2012.
No way.
That doesn't sound accurate.
No.
Give me a minute. I'm gonna Google it.
From the time that I've been alive, it's always been like moving around and shit. It was like the All-Star game. It always move around.
Yeah, I don't think that's accurate, Mook. That timing does not sound right. While you Google that, let's talk real quick about Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal in a little bit of hot water.
Oh my God.
This was one of my favorite stories. And the reason why I love this story is because I just picture this happening to Mookie. So Bradley Beal is coming outside of a game.
You know what? I didn't think about that, but when I read, hearing about this story and knowing where this is going, this is totally some Mookie shit.
So Bradley Beal interacts with the fan outside of the game. The fan is very upset with Bradley Beal because he didn't play very well and apparently cost him $1,300 in some gambling bets. Bradley Beal gets pissed off and tells him, I don't give a fuck about your parlays or your bets or none of this shit. They have an altercation. They get, heated exchange back and forth. Bradley Beal apparently slaps the hat off of the fan.
Shout out Bradley Beal. Have you seen the video of him talking to the kids?
My
He's
God.
like, y'all trying to take my job. Fuck y'all if you're going to take my job. I fucking love Bradley Beal.
Well, so the guy then, after Bradley Beal leaves, does what any degenerate gambler would do, realizes he's got a chance at a payday, and he calls the cops. The cops review cell phone footage of the incident, check the security cameras from the stadium, found out it wasn't seen in camera, but think that there's enough evidence that they have issued a warrant for Bradley Beal, and charges may be coming for simple assault, which is a misdemeanor, but that's not what this dude is after. This dude
How much do you get for that? How much do you get for that? Like for a minor assault?
$2,000 fine.
It's a fine.
That's it?
It's a slap on the wrist. It's nothing.
Does the guy get money?
Oh,
no.
Well, see, that's what he's trying to do. This guy's trying to get money because if he charges him with this, he's going to sue him in civil court. If this is just a degenerate.
I already got the strategy for the guy, but I like Bradley Beal so much, I'm not going to say it. Fuck the guy.
Now I want to hear the strategy.
Well, you claim psychological damage.
Psychological.
You can never step in an NBA arena again. And every time you see a basketball, it's going to remind you of when you got bitched by Bradley Beal. You just got to gaslight the fucking judge. It's not that hard.
Wow.
Am I wrong?
Wow.
I still don't think you're going to be able to weasel that much out of him, because if it's simple assault and all he's looking at is a fine, Bradley will be like, all right, fine, fuck that. Here, you can go ahead and take my per diem from the road trip, and I'll just move on with my life.
But that's the thing. Like, it's only $2,000.
That's
that's
the fine that he would have to pay if he's found guilty. That's not what he would have to pay if it's a civil suit. The guy, to Caesar's point, the guy's going to sue and be like, I can never look at a basketball again. And
knowing this dumbass, he won't.
And I'm suing you for $10 million. Like, that's what is coming down the road from this, because it's a degenerate looking for a payday. That's why I
don't know, man. I got to be honest. A lot of this just doesn't smell like true degenerate to me. It just sounds like some cocksucker who wanted to clap back at Bradley Beal and then got caught up in it.
I have a story.
Oh, good.
So I sat courtside at the Spurs game like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yes.
And when
the Celtics lost.
No, it was the Mavs and Spurs. It was a great game, by the way.
Oh.
If you want to watch highlights, that's a great highlight game to watch if you're eating a meal. Oh wait, but you guys have families and shit. You talk to them when you eat. I just watch YouTube videos.
That's probably what you should do, though. Honestly, it's better use of your time.
No, fuck yeah, it's badass. So that's a great highlight game to watch, right? I would say. So I was sitting down, right, and it's my cousin and I, and Reggie Bullock's inbounding the ball, the forward for the Mavs. And he had missed a 3 prior, and I was like, my cousin and I were like, bro, what the fuck? We needed that fucking 3 for the over. I took your PRA. He just looks at us. He laughs. He's like, I got you. And he inbounds the ball, and he missed the 3 again, but that moment was crazy. I almost fucking shat my pants.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fucking amazing. That was fucking awesome.
Right. Like, that's how you got to be about it. Now, I gotta be honest. Like, I'm glad Bradley Beal smacked that guy in the face.
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah.
Guy clearly had it coming, because you can say that shit kind of like you did in like a joking tone and like make fun with it or whatever. But if you're really going to go hard and get that shitty about $1,300 parlay, like, fuck right off, dude. Like,
yeah. Again, shout out Reggie Bullock. He just became one of my favorite NBA players. We're just like giving us the time of day, be like, I got you.
Here's what it is, Mike. Real degenerates don't talk about the money they lost. They just only talk about the fact that they lost.
Oh shit.
Well, and the fact that they lost, but more so, it's not like, oh, I lost $1,300. It's like, no, motherfucker, I won 26 grand or like $5. Like real degenerates don't really brag about their
We don't
losses
unit
because
chain.
like you're
We don't
gonna
unit
have
chain.
another one.
Scott, that was 100% Mookie. Like when you read that story, right? Like you just pictured Mookie in there.
Oh yeah,
'cause-
like
'cause-
bitching about a parlay, bitching about something fucking irrelevant as fuck to a dude who probably didn't really blow it too. It's like you're gonna blame the best player on the team for whatever bet you didn't win. Like, get the
And
fuck
honestly,
out.
wait, I have another take too. Like the guy that placed the parlay is probably dumb as fuck because every Bradley
Right.
Beal line is fucking juiced. Take
Yep.
fucking Kyle Kuzma. Don't take Bradley Beal. Why would
Yep.
you take their best player? That's fucking dumb.
Yeah,
unless you
what an
unless you
idiot.
tease it down to parlay it, in which case I could kind of see why you'd put that
But
money.
again,
on Bradley,
Even
but-
then, like, bro,
But
you're
again,
fucking
it's
then
like
you're a
dumb.
true degenerate, and you're not going
You're
to bitch about
acting as
$1,300.
that son of a bitch is acting like Bradley Beal set the line on himself and then didn't accomplish it. Like, get the fuck out of here! I'd be slapping the dude's hat off too. Like, get the fuck out of my face with some made up
looked at it,
bullshit.
He slapped the hat off. He
Talking
didn't smack him.
shit to me.
He slapped his hat off. He didn't smack him in the face.
Oh,
which-
wait, does that count as assault then?
I mean,
It's
I would.
simple.
Well, I
He
would
didn't
have
hit him though. He hit the hat.
It's still assault. You can't
You can't hit
that
somebody. You
off
didn't
of
hit the.
somebody.
That's crazy. I
I
didn't
can
know
tell
that.
you this much for certain: it's not pepper.
I don't know what that is.
Hang on.
Boo this man!
Caesar, this is why I love you, because you go, I don't know what that is. We were talking about assault. It's not assault, it's pepper.
Oh, get the.
Let's
fuck
see
out
what's
of here.
next on the wheel, guys.
I just got it. Oh my god, that's a bar.
Yeah, here we go. That's what
I
I'm
was like,
talking about,
assault.
baby.
I was
Woo!
like, talking about assault, and then immediately what came to mind is the fucking Blues Clues scene. It's like salt and pepper.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What a
Push it.
That's a great one.
Push it real
Smokey,
good.
shut
See,
the fuck
Sarah
up.
White with the more you know. Mike, if you let me produce, we could have had that drop.
Nope. Let's talk. All right, we'll see what the wheel gives us. Either
Does this look more like a
Master's hot take
Pokemon ball or the Polish
or
flag?
fire, dumpster fire. Oh
Ah.
my god, the show gods do not want us to talk baseball right now, Scott.
Sucks.
But
We're
at
talking
least we
golf
get
though.
a
It's like
little
only like
golf.
10 minutes.
Playing a game of whack fuck here. Whack.
Scott, Masters
Smokey, shut the
next
fuck
week.
up.
Tiger Woods in the field. You feeling good? Feeling good about Tiger Woods?
As I keep saying, get to the last fucking day, please. Get to the last fucking day, and then I'll feel great. But I'm excited about his prospects. But just let's do something, Tiger, please. Let's do something. Let's not bow out by Saturday afternoon. Okay.
See, and,
Great.
and
Great,
Scott, you
thanks.
said that, and my immediate reaction was, well, Scott, if he makes the cut, he's going to play till Sunday. But you're right. Like, it's not guaranteed even then.
no,
Like, he may just
yeah.
be like, my back, fuck it, I'm out. Like,
Well, and I mean, like he teased us with this last time. It was just like, oh shit, he made the cut. He's looking good. And then Saturday afternoon petered out, and it's like, okay, cool. Like I need you to be. If that red Nike shirt don't come out, I don't want to fucking hear about it. All right, that's where we're gonna put the line at. Red Nike shirt or shut the fuck up.
Well, we got to grill this up here because Gary Player was making headlines this week as he was talking about the Masters. He was asked about the Masters coming up, and Gary Player said the Masters is number 4 on the list of majors, and there's only 4, fellas. He listed the Open as number 1, the U.S. Open is number 2, the PGA Championship is number 3, and the Masters is number 4. Scott, Masters at number 4. Hot take or smoking hot take?
It's a smoking hot take. Like, what the fuck? My first instinct was like, is he worried about Tiger winning it? Because it sounds like Gary doesn't want to pay that black guy. That's what I'm thinking. Is Tiger the favorite? Is that why we do that?
Race card.
I think you missed the last one, though.
Yeah, I did miss the last one. That's why I had to come back strong. So when he led off with the Tiger thing, I'm like, a perfect setup, baby. I didn't really have anything in the last one that I could tie it into, but it sounds like Gary Player's like, nah, fuck the Masters because Tiger's a favorite, and I don't want to pay that black guy.
We were talking.
See that black guy get paid.
No. We were talking about a story where a black athlete was getting charges brought against him by a degenerate fan, and you couldn't figure out how to work the black people getting paid thing into that.
Yeah, I could. I got to be honest. I'm a little disappointed in you, Scott,
come on,
because
Scott.
that's where I totally thought that was coming.
Right.
Well, we didn't want that white guy to get paid. I mean, shit. That's why I didn't give a fuck about his parlay.
All right, retroactively, I'll give you credit for that.
All right, continue on. Sorry. So Gary, you thought at first it was he didn't want these black guys to get paid, but number two, why
Yeah,
it's a hot take.
Oh, it just is. Like the Masters, the green jacket, I hate Phil, but even his stupid fucking voice on the damn commercials, like it's all like so classically golf. Like there's no way you're gonna convince me that any of the other majors outweigh it. Like, no, get the fuck out of here.
Where
It's
would you
like,
put
right,
the
no, okay,
Masters?
how many times has Gary Player won the Masters?
I think he's won it a handful of times. He's a 9-time major champion, so he's won it a couple.
Fuck, I was hoping he was trying to just devalue it because
No, yeah. I thought the same thing at first of like, is he doing it because he's never won at Augusta, but no, he has actually won at Augusta.
I mean, it can't be lower than 2, right? Like, I feel like I
What's
mean, the
one,
green.
though?
Green. No, I was gonna say, but it's like it's absolutely one.
The Open is definitely one. The
Hands
Open,
down.
I mean, the green jacket to me is so iconic. Like,
The US
that's
Open?
the Open being at like St. Andrews, and it's
Oh,
like
okay,
the
the
home
British
of
Open.
golf. That is
Yeah.
like the quintessential major tournament, hands down. Like you got to have the Open at number
That's
one.
fine.
But I don't think you can make a case for the U.S. Open or the PGA Championship above the
It's
Masters.
still an
Like it's not.
argument for one, though.
What's
Like,
that?
the Masters is still an argument for one because my entire life growing up, it's like the Masters and everything else. The way it's been promoted, at least.
I could see that. I could see you saying it could make a push for one, but to me, it's there's 2 tiers.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
There's
saying.
the
That's
Open, the
why I
Masters.
said it was no lower than 2.
Yeah,
it's
easily.
it's like there's an argument made for one,
Yeah.
but I still think the Open's there because you bring up the birthplace of golf and all that shit. So like, I think it's an argument for one, but there's no way it's fucking 4.
I'd be curious to ask
No.
the actual golfers now on the tour, like how would they rank them? Because I always felt like with the Open,
Get Tyson
and with the
there, Horn,
Masters-
please.
Tyson,
Oh.
more like Gary
Eh.
Player hater.
It's
And
Tyson. That's solid.
Also, considering that like live players pushed for just being able to play at the Masters the most out of any other like tournament, I mean, I think that
Yeah,
like,
that- I
takes
mean,
for
that,
account for
like-
something.
There's definitely a reason that it's like I would say if you ask most golf casuals, it's like the first thing that comes to their mind when you're talking about that is the green jacket and all that. Like I just do. Like
And here's the other thing too: the Open struggles from being in Europe, so you have to be up at like 4:30 in the morning to see it. But there is something wonderful about being able to watch the final on Sunday, and it's done by 11 o'clock, and you got the entire day
it's
left.
brilliant.
I got to be honest, it's pretty solid.
You
Here's
mean the
Gary
entire
Player's reasoning, though,
Yep.
fellas, and maybe once you hear the reasoning, it might change your mind. His reasoning is based entirely on tradition. He's got the
right, because they
ultimate
didn't used to
number
let black
one.
people in.
wow. Thank you. Thank you for the remind.
I didn't catch that.
Needed to remember.
Move this man!
Oh, come on. At most, that should have just been a race card and not a
You
boo.
can't make the joke. Scott can make the joke.
Oh, right.
That's
Well,
why.
you said
That's why
you said
get
it's
a boo.
about tradition. Gary's from South Africa. I just put 2 and 2 together, man.
Oh,
Okay, so Gary, he said the Open is because it's the oldest major tournament. The U.S. Open is the next oldest, and then the PGA Championship is about 18 years older than the Masters. So he says
fuck
those
off,
3
Gary.
have more tradition.
Fuck off. That's so fucking stupid. That's such a goddamn cop out. It's because it's the youngest one. Shut the fuck up, asshole.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
yeah, that's so weak.
that's like saying the NIT is more important than the NCAA tournament.
yeah.
Well, it was
Lamar.
last year. It was way more important last
Oh,
year
yeah.
than
Oh,
than
yeah.
this year. This
Well,
year it
yeah,
didn't mean
last
shit,
year,
but
but-
last
I
year.
mean, it does
Very
determine the
important.
69th best team, so there's that.
Which accounts for a lot, really, if you
Yeah.
think about it. Which is also why they can't expand the
It accounts
NCAA
for
tournament.
one T-shirt being sold on the website, guys. I don't know about that. I don't know who bought it, but somebody out there is walking around with the 69th best team T-shirt.
I didn't think we ever put that up.
We
I
did.
know me either.
That absolutely got put.
It cost us
Oh.
nothing. We put all the idea designs out there.
Well,
Yeah,
then
it
I don't.
literally
Why
just
don't I
cost
see any
me
of my
the-
ideas up there?
Well, that's for good reason.
All right, guys. Last topic of the day. We're gonna get into some fire dumpster fire. Let's talk baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
The Astros won like 20-1. Fuck yeah. Go Astros and Mariners.
Oh, does anyone need access to MLB TV?
I
Just
do.
hit me up.
There you go.
No, you don't, Mike. You already. I gave it to you this
I
morning.
know.
So, like,
I'm just laughing that we've resorted to just openly advertising it across the internet. Just like, here, hit me up if you need access.
hit me up if you need
no
free
way.
shit.
No way. that
Hey,
they're gonna
look,
do
I'm
Man,
trying to help baseball.
Baseball
here.
just, I was going to say, baseball just needs eyes. They're
Yeah,
out here.
whatever
like-
they can do.
I got a text earlier that was trying from MLB. It was like, hey, switch over to T-Mobile. You can get the entire season for free. They're trying to get eyes so badly on a guy who's already watching all the baseball he can handle that they're like, man, just please do us this favor and
Dude,
switch to
no.
T-Mobile so
I
that
signed
like we
up.
can get more eyeballs. Like,
Not even that, Scott. You fucking listen to it on the radio. Like, you
and that's
gotta
what,
talk.
that's what I'm
Who's
saying.
more
Like,
baseball guy
what?
than you?
I'm
Really?
not even their target audience for these fucking ads, and they're like, look, we gotta just hit everybody with it. Maybe he'll pass that news along to a friend, like to switch to T-Mobile. Like, we're just trying to get eyes, man.
I will say T-Mobile's it's a really solid service too. For what it's
Not out
worth.
here in fucking Trump country.
Well, to be
All
fair,
the dead
Scott,
zones out in this bitch,
I think your only option really is a landline out there. I mean,
more or less.
maybe when civilization gets your way in like 15 years.
They're gonna say
It's
something
gonna be
else.
really cool, Scott, when you get some dial-up internet and you can go surf AOL. It's gonna
I
be
can't
awesome.
wait. I'm sick. Of, I like. I'm gonna run out of free discs soon, so I hope it. hope it's coming in.
Have you just been sitting there planning your away messages on AIM? Because Dashboard Confessional hasn't released any new songs lately. I don't know if there's any lyrics you can put
Oh,
up.
but
I'm
Fall
just
Out Boy
gonna-
has.
I'm just gonna outsource it to Caesar. Like, put up a clever away message. Put up something the kids are saying.
Caesar,
Put a
do you
hip
know-
away message up for me.
Do
You
know the
motherfuckers are mid.
reference
I'm out.
Shaking his
about
head.
the AOL CDs.
I know AOL's old as fuck because I was like putting in like an email to the Amazon TV account that we have outside in the backyard, and they're like, and the email options were Gmail, Yahoo, fucking the other one, and then it said AOL, and I was like, what the fuck is AOL? And we're like, was it like that shit that they would call back then IM? I
Yeah,
don't know what the fuck it was.
Yeah, it is. That
Yeah,
was
I know
the
you're right,
original.
yeah.
Like, it was a provider, an internet provider. And
Their logo's like a triangle, right?
yeah, it was.
with like a little yellow dude.
Tyson saying, like baseball, tell all your old white friends.
I'm gonna go to my first baseball game this year. I've already said
No,
it.
actually, they're
Wait
like,
a minute,
hey,
you've never been to a major league
Baseball.
baseball game?
No.
baseball is actually the opposite of all their sports. They're like, we will pay these black players. Please come play our sport. Please tell your black friends baseball is cool. We will pay you black people to play our sport. Please.
Race card.
Man, why didn't we make this bit during Black History Month?
You know what? Because
No,
things
don't
happen when
anyway.
they happen. You can't always force these things.
That's
man,
true.
you know?
Yeah.
I can't wait for tonight's promo where it's just shoehorning in all of these cuts. It's just going to be introduction of a topic, Scott figuring out how to put in there paying black players. It's going to be a fantastic promo. All right, Scott, since we're talking to you here, it is baseball time. And with the new baseball season comes new City Connect
Oh,
uniforms.
God.
And your boys were the first ones to release this year. The Braves are one of the teams. It's actually a really interesting slate of teams that are getting City Connect uniforms this year.
Who's getting one?
So the Braves are getting them. The Reds will get them. The Rangers, the Mariners,
Fuck yeah! See us
Orioles,
fucking
and the
rise!
Pirates.
Fuck yeah! See us rising! What is it? Run it up! Shout out Hugh the Astros, whatever the hashtag is. I don't know what it is.
Baseball. Tell your black friends.
Just minorities in general.
That's gotta be the show title, right? Like baseball, tell your black friends.
Oh no, that's got to be their hashtag for this season. MLB hashtag tell your black friends.
No, it's not even just black friends. All the minorities, bro. We're
Yeah,
watching
just
different shit.
baseball's like just tell people.
Even never mind.
Just tell people under 50 we exist.
We're gonna be hearing the announcers in the broadcast doing not like the YouTube stuff. They're gonna be like, please subscribe, rate, and review.
Oh God.
Broadcast really helps us more than you know.
Check us out on Belly Up.
Yeah, those other sports are mid, but you know what's not mid? The MLB, baby.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Quad A.
I see that happening and I'm already cringing.
It's something that MLB would do. That's why. Rob Manfred. Rob Manfred would be the one who did it. Remember the whole let the kids play thing? You were Rob rolling out there talking about, we're not mid, baby.
I can't wait to hear Tommy Thrall and the Cowboy on a Reds radio broadcast. With the Cowboy closing out the eighth inning, and in the top of the ninth, Tommy will bring you home. We're not mid. Those other sports are mid. We'll take a station identification break here on 700 WLW.
We just need that guy that hits home runs during like tragic events to do more of that.
Nick Castellanos?
Yeah, we need that guy to do more of that. The more viral clips on Twitter, the better.
That's true. Like baseball saw a resurgence last year. As much as we hate to say it, we ragged on the Mets for the Edwin Diaz thing. That was a moment that took over the internet, and people were excited about baseball because of a viral clip. So baseball does just need to manufacture those clips, but they try to do stuff like these City Connect uniforms to get people fired up and get them.
No, it doesn't get fired up for game. It gets them fired up for like drip.
It does get them fired up for drip, but that's what they want. They want people walking around in baseball uniforms.
That's never been the issue. Do you know how many gangs there are in America?
Wow.
Major League Baseball outfitting a gang near you.
They do.
The Braves are the first to release their City Connect jerseys. Let's take a look at them here. It's the first time that they said they have the A on the front of their uniform by itself. It's a throwback homage, right, to the old days, to the Hank Aaron style uniforms. What do you think of these, Scott?
Like they're like the definition of fucking mid. Like, I mean, they're fine. Like I think I said immediately. Like I'm so whelmed. I hate the.
I'm so
like,
whelmed.
Without the, they wouldn't be as bad. But I think the looks cheesy. But it's like all of the other ones are unique. And I know I've hated on the like extreme ones. I wasn't a big fan of the Washington cherry blossoms and things. But at least they took chances, right? Like they were big swings. This is so fucking safe. They were like, we'll just kind of remix the throwback. Put a the in front of this A and we're good. Like, there's just nothing. It's not awful. It's just not great, and it's just like, eh. So, like, if I have to pick one, I'm going dumpster fire because it just doesn't do anything for me. I love the hat though. Like, I might have copped the hat.
The hat's pretty sweet. Mookie, are you going?
I feel like I got an argument to change your mind immediately because they slapped the on there just to rub it in Ohio State's face. Like, come after us, motherfucker. We're using it too.
Now, if Nike and the Braves did come out and just randomly said, we're taking shots at Ohio State, I'd be on board. I'd buy a jersey. I'd buy 26 jerseys, one for each player.
I like them, dude. I think they're sick. Like, I think they're crisp. I think they're retro, but they're not like shitty retro. They're different enough. Like, they're solid, bro. Like, I'd rock this.
Caesar, are these fire or are these dumpster fire?
Shout out to MJF. I think these are mid.
Yeah.
So
that's not an option.
So it's because you would rather have something that's mid than not mid. So in terms of fire, dumpster fire, I say a fire.
So you and Scott are both in the middle. You're just leaning more towards fire than dumpster fire.
Yeah, the hat's a spring training hat. So I'm going to say, like, fire. But, I mean, if it wasn't for Outcast and the bobbleheads, I would have said jump.
Like, look, I wanted to love the Brave City Connects when they because we're making fun of like Los Dodgers and how it looks exactly the same.
Los Doyers.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yeah, but then these came and I was like, oh,
this is better than
I don't
Los
like.
Dodgers.
I can't defend it. Like, it's just like it is what it is. Like,
Gabe is saying fire. Matt Barr says as much as it hurts me, fire.
wow.
I
feel like
he likes the lighter shade of the blue.
And I feel like I'm in the minority here because
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you
like,
are.
yeah, well.
Oh, wait,
And they
Mike,
don't.
is that-
You know
is
what?
that
And I
good?
know these motherfuckers don't want to pay me. I know that's for goddamn sure. Nobody.
I
wants
think
to
they'll
pay
become
me.
fire as soon as you see Big Boy and Andre 3000 with the jersey on.
That's a fair point. Sarah said it's a basic fit
Yep.
baseball team.
Yeah.
It does kind of remind me of that.
Jared, did the river melt yet?
You brought up
Not gonna melt in a
that
week.
it is very reminiscent of the throwbacks. You said in our group chat, if here, copy my homework, but don't make it obvious. And
Yes,
then you
that's
provided the homework.
exactly.
Here is the homework. There's Aaron Harang
Aaron
wearing
Harang!
these
What the fuck is up with
throwbacks.
this?
The Ranger.
What's up with this face? The face is that's Aaron Harang, baby.
Why the fuck
Yeah.
is there a landing strip on his chin?
That's Aaron Harang, dude.
Because he's pulling out all the stops.
But
Pulling
it's
out
literally
all
the only difference is they've got the old throwback
Yeah.
A instead of the capital A, and it says the A instead of Braves. Like it's literally the
This
same
is
uniform.
so much better. Like, I like this one.
Are you
so
serious? This is shit.
much. No, this is the OG. Like,
Yeah.
this is the jersey that I Aaron wore. Like, this is a classic. These are amazing. When you take it a classic and try to remix it, it barely ever works.
Well,
man.
Scott, again, just like we've been saying all show, they don't want to, evoke anything that could resemble paying people like Hank Aaron. So clearly they had to change it up.
What was his
Although
net worth?
although I'll tell you again, MLB is probably like, Outcast, wear this jersey. We will pay you black people to wear this jersey. Get it in the streets. Tell the kids.
Tell them
Everyone,
kids.
hey, look it, we're hip. Hip Hop Anonymous.
How amazing
The
is it going to be when it comes out that the MLB is signing NIL deals with college football players, like young black football players, to be like,
Just to get them to
tweet
switch to
about
baseball.
baseball. Tweet about baseball. Get your friends to like baseball, and we will pay you an NIL deal.
See,
That's
I was
actually a
thinking
really good
that
idea.
They were trying
Yeah.
to pay them NIL money to come play baseball, and you're like, no, not even that far. Just get them to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yo,
just-
can I?
We know you guys are pretty big on the TikToks, so if I'm gonna give you an NIL deal. Just make the TikToks about baseball, okay?
No,
the more
no,
TikToks
just that-
about baseball,
just-
the more I'll give you money.
You can TikTok whatever the hell you want. Just make sure that the TV in the background has a baseball game on it. Any game, just baseball, anything.
Hell, you ain't even got to make the TikTok. Just watch it on the T-Mobile MLB TV app. Like, come on,
want it to
just
be
get
like-
us some eyes, yo.
I want it to be like the local commercials for the Bengals Boys and Girls Club, where it's clear that these guys are reading off of the prompter, and they look like they're being held hostage. Like I want college kids to be like, I love baseball. Baseball is the most fun sport that you can watch on TV. I always end my night by watching a really fun baseball game. Scene. Like, that's what I want. Like, where it's just like blink twice if the MLB is holding you hostage.
Is college baseball more niche than the MLB, or which one do you think
Yes.
has more viewers?
College
God,
baseball
I mean,
is definitely more niche. Than
Yeah, I
the
was just
MLB.
gonna say.
I don't know
hardcore
about
college
that, Caesar.
baseball fans are
Base-
super fans, but
Because
yeah,
I
mean,
like college baseball more than the MLB, if I'm being honest.
I was
college
gonna say, based
baseball
on my
is
research-
amazing.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
You
fantastic.
can't beat the ping, but that being said, I mean, if you don't live near a college town,
Yeah.
or college baseball town, that's really hard. And there's not many of them up here.
Look,
in
all I
North.
know
Like,
is-
all of the baseball schools are.
It's because I was gonna say, why doesn't MLB shop have college players near their area, sign them to NIL deals, and whenever they're off, send them to the game. That way, it gets the college fans. But now that I know that the MLB is more popular than college, then that ruins my point.
Yeah.
It's all more. It's baseball itself is regional, right? Like MLB is a very regional. It's a very regional sport. So then you get college baseball, which is niche inside of the regions.
We need to
It's
bonk
just
him
not
now.
a national game at this point. Why are you?
I don't even. Don't even read the last comment. Just
Mason.
just bonk. I don't know. We don't need to. No, Mookie, don't say shit. You say shit, I'm removing the dog from that second half. That's ridiculous. That's out of pocket.
It's out of pocket to like ponytails.
No,
Okay.
it just sounds very. It just gives like past your church little kid vibe.
What?
I don't like the way I read that. I'm sorry, Tyson. I love you, brother. It's just I don't know. It gave me an uneasy feeling.
See, I didn't go to little kids. I was like Tiffany Amber Thixon. Yeah.
Hey, you know she plays.
Maybe
basketball.
it's just my
I'm
mood.
like,
Maybe it's just my
yeah.
mood. I'm sorry, but I
Yeah,
don't know why you're giving me.
I think it's just more about you that you were like, I went to little kids. Like,
Caesar, but Tyson
yeah,
did have
not
something
that there's
to do with
anything
it.
wrong.
Oh no,
with
yeah. No, I agree 1,000%.
Relationships are temporary. Sports are forever. He's not being offended, Map. Oh shit, my bad.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just on one today. I guess.
I think, dude, I think the world is on one right now. Like, I don't know about you boys, but I swear everyone in my circle has got like a cold or a cough, or they're just dealing with something. It's that like mid-season funk where it's not actually spring yet, so you can get excited and day drink and have margaritas on the patio, but like it's not cold enough you can play winter sports. You're just stuck in that fucking middle ground where you're like, shit, I should have played hooky because I could have played 18 holes a day, but instead I'm fucking stuck here. And then the next day when you actually do that, it just rains on your ass all day.
I got a story about the pitch clock, guys. It's been a while since we've talked pitch clock on the show, and I feel like we need to talk about the pitch clock. It is really cut down on time in games in spring training, like 26 minutes.
Did you see the new memo they sent out, though, and all that fucking shit?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's so stupid. There's a part of me that's like, man, they're going to ruin this by doing it baseball style and like over legislating or regulating it. Like there was some shit where it's like, if a foul ball is hit and it then bounces back in.
I agree. I'm sorry for getting offended, everyone.
So this, like, who the fuck cares? Start the fucking clock and play ball.
Well, it's just, dude, it's a new rule. They have to kind of figure out the glitches and figure things out. Like if you've got 20 seconds in between pitches and there's a ball that gets knocked into foul territory and you have to bring another ball in, or in between innings when the catcher is trying to get on the field because he was on second base to start the inning. That's something you have to plan for and you have to adjust for.
I mean,
you don't really necessarily know how it's going to affect the pitch clock until you see it live in a game. But that's not what I'm talking about, Mookie. I'm talking about something that's going to interest you very, very much, because there is a big concern among the population that this pitch clock is going to affect micro betting in the MLB.
Oh, yes.
All those.
That is the one thing baseball has going for them that America is ruining for baseball, is the ability to actually bet on individual events like pitches, at bats, all of that. That shit will get people in the fucking door.
And they're saying this is bad because the pitch clock is now lowering the amount of time that you have to place a bet on, is this next pitch going to be a ball or a strike? Is this next pitch going to be in play? Because you have 15 seconds when somebody's on base. And when you factor in the delay between what's live and what's on TV or what's streaming, it's almost non-existent. You can't make those bets in between pitches anymore like you used to be able to do. You're going to have to be able to do things like inning long bets or a little bit long entire at bats rather than pitch to pitch, unless you're live in the ballpark.
I heard can't, but really it sounds like won't, because in my experience, the people who have the most up-to-date stats, even beyond the live game action themselves, is the sports books. Like any streaming service is going to be delayed, but not the fucking live sports book.
I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying the sports book is going to be delayed. I'm saying people aren't going to be able to place the bet because what they're watching isn't what's on the sports book, because that's already passed, because there's only been 15 seconds in between pitches. So you look at your sports book and you're like, oh, this next pitch is going to be a strike. And then he throws a strike, but that bet was for the previous pitch. Like it's all jacked up on timing now.
If you're betting at that micro level, like, dude, I think you got a problem.
Call the number 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah. Yeah.
Call the number,
because there's no way to hedge or do anything else there. Like ball or straight, because again, that's severely objective. Like you really want to leave it up to a fucking umpire? Like if you give me a robot umpire, then I'm back on board. But Tyson, why you gotta trigger me like that, dude? Man, I thought I was over that, but
Tyson said he removed his comment. Please don't
blacklist
me.
him. Yeah.
Dude, that shit's still so funny.
Yeah, and Matt's got it absolutely right. Like those things, I love micro bets. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love them. Like, hey, the Penguins are going to win this face-off, or that kind of stuff. But those are meant for friends between friends in the cheap seats. Like you're passing dollar bills back and forth, right? Like I'm not trying to take money out of Vegas's pocket on that shit. Like you'd have to hit so many of them for it to even like add up and be worthwhile. Why bother?
Not the take I expected the degenerate gambler to have. I thought anything that was hindering his ability to place bets. This is the same kid that bets on the Little League World Series. And
I was just going to say,
I still don't understand.
He's probably hedging his bet because he's probably like, look, they're not instituting a pitch clock at the Little League level, so fuck it. I'll still get my micro bets in with the kids. Keep it pure, baby.
What's worse, though? Is it worse to bet on like 12, 13-year-olds or to bet on like FIFA streamers at 2 a.m.?
FIFA streamers at 2 a.m.
Yeah, I've done that like multiple occasions.
Did you win?
Bad. Yeah,
real quick before
this shit's rigged.
Before we get out of here, real quick, Scott, did you see? This is really just for you, Scott, because Mookie and Caesar aren't going to care about this. Did you see Sergio Romo has officially retired? He pitched his last game in the spring training for the Giants. They even had
the kid sign his hat.
Yeah, the kid signed his hat and then wore it out there. Hunter Pence came to take him out of the game. Capping off just a career, like Romo was one of those dudes, man. Like going back to when the Giants were winning every other year, Romo was that guy, man. He was that
beard was on point.
The beard was epic. Did you see what happened though? So Romo comes out of the bullpen. He gets on the mound. Applause. Everybody's going crazy for him. They're on their feet. He takes his warm-up pitches, circles the mound, gets ready, takes a moment to just take it all in and realize this is my last time.
Did he get hit with a pitch clock penalty?
He got a pitch clock violation.
Breathe.
Oh God, that's great! I did not see that. That is such a baseball way to end your career. All right, hell of a moment, but ball one because your ass isn't on the ball. Hey, old man, it's good time for you to be retiring. The game has clearly passed you by. Hey, Sergio, on your way out, tell your black friends watch baseball.
It's not mid.
Oh my God, that's so great. Oh, that's so great. What's your final moment of your major league career? I got hit with a fucking pitch clock violation.
I haven't had to deal with this shit my entire career. I played this game my entire life. The last game I was in, I just took a second to take it all in, and they called ball one. Oh, what a fucking kick to the dick. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, baseball never changed, baby. Never changed.
So baseball. Guys, let's talk about these beers that we were drinking here, and let's rate them as always. Would you bang it? Scott, what was in your mug? Would you bang it?
I was drinking Grainworks Brewing Company's My Blue Heaven, crisp, delicious blueberry ale, only 5%, but it's a good porch drinker all summer long. I absolutely would have Missionary Wednesday sex with this every scheduled Wednesday at 8 o'clock without fail.
You leave the socks on or take them off?
Okay.
I'd let her decide. I'd let her decide.
Wow.
What does it matter? I heard that's like a thing. My shit usually stays on because I don't really like bother to take them off.
And you need traction, man.
Do you need to take them off? Do you really need to take them off?
I mean, I do. I don't.
If it's Missionary Wednesday, you probably do.
It's very strange. It's just a very strange feeling to be completely naked except wearing socks. That's
It's a weird. It's a power move, but the wrong.
But
Do
I
your
mean,
feet
like,
not get cold?
I'm focused.
I'm not usually worried about the temperature
socks.
of my feet. So
Yeah, when it comes time to that, bro, that's the last thing my concern. My concern is going more than fucking like 7 minutes.
Wow, 7. Damn, son. You a marathon man.
Caesar, what were you drinking, and would you leave your socks on and bang it?
I drank Austin Amber by Independence Brewing Company from Austin, Texas. Shout out my Longhorns. You had a great year. You gotta fuck it. It's from Austin. Why am I not gonna fuck it? Oh no, I had the hat on because it was
I
I had it on all day, so I was like, fuck it, I'll leave it on, might as well. I look like more of a fucking I can't say that.
Mookie, what were you drinking? Would you bang it?
So I actually switched up because I was looking at the 32 ounce and I'm like, yeah, this might not be the night. So I switched up and I had Sightseer, a hazy IPA with Nelson, which I'm not really sure why I'm drinking Nelson. That makes me feel very weird. It was all right. Yeah, I'd bang it, but I'd leave the socks on for this westbound down Sightseer.
There's nothing wrong with leaving the socks on.
No, honestly, dude,
It's just
to me,
odd,
it makes
man.
sense.
It's just a weird thing to be like, listen, shirt off, pants off, underwear off, socks on. Like it feels weird that you like that. I draw a line there. Those have to stay on.
I
Like,
just think
next
it's
thing you know, you're
interesting.
gonna tell me you just go Tupper style.
People who wear socks during sex also wear shower shoes in their house. Like
I don't wear shower shoes.
Shower
though.
shoes?
I don't wear.
Get out of here.
I'm in the action.
what about germs?
Like in the order of articles of clothing that come off, it's obviously my shorts/pants undergarments that come off first, right? And
Well,
then,
I mean, it'd be
Wait a
real
second,
weird if
hold
you were
on,
like,
hold on, hold
no,
on.
I refuse
Wait.
to take off my underwear during sex. Just right through the
Wait.
dick hole. That's the only way.
I mean, Scott, what if it's cold?
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Cut the music for a second. By the way, I would bang my beer. It was great. It's Fat Tire from
Blah, blah, blah. Socks off and everything.
By
Listen,
the way, I would bang my
Listen, Caesar said the shorts and the undergarments come off first. We already know that the socks stay on. So that means for at least the brief moment prior to making love, Caesar is going t-shirt, no shorts, no underwear, and socks. So it's t-shirt.
but then I take
out
off
socks.
the shirt.
Bro, see, no,
It
don't.
doesn't
No,
matter.
you need to back
There
off.
is a
No,
moment in time
Exactly.
when
Why
you need to
waste
back off my
time?
boy, because
before
like,
you're about to have sex, where you are
y'all
t-shirt,
exactly. Sarah's right.
take
Why
out
waste
the socks.
time? You're confusing things. This isn't Missionary Wednesday. This is like it's about to go down. It's time to get to fucking business. Let's only deal with
The
what we have to
socks
deal with.
just still come off. Like
They can
what
come off
the-
as you're
Well,
taking
I'm
them off.
not-
Shorts.
I'm
You can
not
take. You
focusing
can
on
get
my
socks,
socks.
underwear, and shorts
Bro,
all in one
when
motion.
Man,
I'm
you know what,
laying down-
Caesar?
All off in one
These
motion.
motherfuckers are probably taking their shit off, folding it up neatly, and putting it a pile to the side of the bed
bro,
before they
I'm not
ask
trying
to
to
enter her.
fucking-
Next
Like,
week on Craft Brewed
get outta
Sports.
here.
Fuck
It's
all that
Craft
shit.
Brewed
Fuck all that
Sports
shit
versus
next week.
Mookie and the dog.
When
Okay,
I'm
hey,
laying
listen.
down,
Sarah's
We're
got
not
it.
laying
and
down.
Scrooge
shit's
McDuck
going
style.
down,
Waistcoat and cuffs, motherfucker.
the
That's
shit
how
that
you
needs
do
to
it.
be used comes off first.
Tyson saying Caesar's
So
Winnie
it
the
comes
Pooh
off.
in it.
Right.
And then when it comes down to it, I make it down to my shirt. But I'm gonna
Shit.
let her do her thing while I take my shirt off.
Sometimes you don't take it all the way off. You just drop the drawers to the ground and get to work.
And when I'm in my car, yeah.
See? Exactly.
You guys are heathens. That's all I know.
Heathens, you take off your socks.
It's absolutely. I know.
Ain't no one want to
get
see
it.
your fucking toes. Oh, no, you know what it is, Caesar? These guys are in some weird foot shit. That's probably what it is.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
That's
Sucking
really it.
toes and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Sucking toes and stuff. All right, you got us.
Well, yeah, you nailed it. I'm just really into toes. That's why I don't want to just be.
I can't
laying
believe
there
this bitch didn't take her socks off. I really wanted to suck toes tonight.
Dog.
Romance ain't dead, Sarah. Mookie and the dog keeping that shit alive.
Oh my God.
It's
Guys,
gone from
this
my
is-
life for now.
This has
been
been a show.
Yeah.
Thank you all for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Be sure to follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at Crafty Sports. Go join the Facebook group. There's tons of good stuff in there. Tons of awesome people from the comment section are always chiming in there. Subscribe, rate, review wherever you get your podcast. Helps us out more than you know. Also, shout out Belly Up Sports, bellyupsports.com. Go check out Belly Up Sports for tons of great content and sub, rate, and review to all of the podcasts on the Belly Up Sports Media Network. Thank you all for tuning in, for chiming in. We really appreciate it. We will see you on next week. Cheers, everybody.
Craft Brewed Sports. Hashtag tell your black friends.
Asheville, we coming for you.
What about Putney 60?